Oh, was that some technique there? All right, YouTube, we are back with another day. Today is gonna be very quick. We got snatches, a couple warm-up things that we're doing with snatches. Probably not gonna get to much else. I got 35 minutes here before I gotta get to BP. So we'll do snatches, try to hit a heavy snatch, then we'll go to BP. I'll record some BP, throw that in this video, and record some of the warm-up stuff that we do, and we'll go from there. Let's get it. I gotta throw on my other shoes before we get going here. We're gonna go, let's go some muscle snatch, hang snatch. Rip from there. Let's figure it out. Oh. 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 All right, so in between these, we are hitting rapid line hops. So we're just going side to side really quick. I'll show them after. And then squatted deep tier jumps, 5 of those back and forth. I will do 3 rounds of that and then just start ripping heavy snatches. We're in a hurry because we got BP at 1. And then after BP, we can't lift after BP because it's a Illenium concert tonight and I'm pretty fucking pumped for it. So let's go. Ooh. Oh. Oof. Oof. The only bad thing about today is that I was in a hurry and couldn't get my Ghost energy, so we're drinking a Celsius today, which to me is like the lowest tier of energy drinks you can have. It gives me gut rot. I mean, some of the taste of them are pretty good, but some of them are butt cheeks. The one I have right now tastes pretty good actually, but it's kind of a low tier energy drink. Not my favorite. Ooh. 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 Woo. Oh, these muscle snatches and snatchers are feeling pretty clean today. Obviously, it's still lightweight, but hopefully that technique stays. Oh, too far forward. As soon as I say that, I fall apart. Ooh, there we go. One more round of muscle snatches, and then we'll get to real hang snatches. We'll go hang snatches today. Let's rip those. All right, so in between sets, I've been hitting these rapid line hops. I've really enjoyed these rapid line hops. Got them originally. Obviously, been doing rapid line hops for a while, but the purpose of them and re-implementing them has been from Joel Smith's Elastic Essentials course. Really money. Just trying to get fire and twitchy. I like these for like a really quick warm-up for the athletes. I usually do these on any sprint day that we have just to get them really firing, really going, really amped up. Usually they leave these and they're all like ready to fucking go and twitchy, and I like that feeling, and I like that feeling from my athletes, so we'll go. Usually it's like 25 touches as fast as possible, just trying to glitch over a line. Again, it's not really trying to be perfect on any technique here, just trying to move as fast as humanly possible, almost have a seizure on this, so here we go. Woo! Just like that, all right. Then we got deep tier plyo jumps with these. Will has been a baller of these, obviously, like big proponent of these. Big hug at the bottom, we're just driving out of the bottom. Last set here of 5, hitting here. Just trying to work some jump stimulus today in our quick warm up and quick workout here. Jumping up. Boom. All right, just like that, let's get back to the snatches. All right, we got 8 minutes before we gotta go. I'm probably gonna stay a little bit longer past 8 minutes because we haven't even started hang cleans yet, but probably 3 sets of hang cleans is all we're gonna get in. We got one last complex here, then we'll get to the hangs. A little sloppy, but we're ripping. Let's go. All right, set number 1 here. Let's rip it. Ooh. Oh, that wasn't as clean. Get rid of that hat. Ooh. Woo. Let's go. All right, we are now down to 3 minutes before we gotta get out of here. So we're gonna hit a couple singles, then we gotta go. But we'll show some BP just so the video is just a little bit longer, all right? Just wanna make sure I get a video out every single day. That's my goal with YouTube. Like as many days in a row that I can get the videos going, the better for me. It just stays consistent. So when the videos, when I do have a lot of time, I'm actually producing them and doing them. And quick ones, I don't think quick ones are the end of the world, right? And I think it's more realistic to actually show what I do for my workouts on the days when I'm rushed and how I kind of make up for that for a lot of busy business people and people that just don't have forever to work out. I wish I had longer to work out today and I would optimally be able to do more, but I think still getting in for 45 minutes and hitting some snatches is better than doing nothing, right? So I think there's a lot of benefit in this microdosing way of getting workouts done. Not that it's the best way, not that it's optimal, but it's better than nothing, right? And it just keeps the chain alive. It keeps me making videos, keeps me showing up to the workouts rather than, oh, I only got 40 minutes today, though the video's not gonna be very good today, not gonna be very long, might as well not make it, and then you have nothing, right? I think there's better to have one input rather than none, right? So let's get it. Oof. Let's go. Oof. This one I'm gonna slow down that hinge just a little bit. I kind of rushed that hinge, squatted it, threw it up. I was trying to like get out of my head with that hinge before. It's like I was way too focused. I was getting hip contact, but that one I definitely rushed it. Slow it down a little bit. Let's get it. Oh, come on. Oh, almost fell over there. Woo. One more rep, then we get out of here. Let's go. All right, last set here. Keep that hinge slow, but getting underneath the bar. I feel like that was much better. I actually got hip contact. I actually fucking felt like I ripped my hip. I don't even know if you're supposed to throw it against your hip that hard. Felt like I got my hips finally through like that slow-mo position like there. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I didn't get underneath the bar. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out. Last set here, let's go. Oh! Was that some technique there? Oh, we might be onto something. We really got to go, but that felt super light. Let's go. All right, so that is a little mini snatch workout. That last snatch smelled like one of the best snatches I've ever done. That was crazy. And like I finally got my hips through. I've never got the triple extension that I've got. I know it's not like the end all be all, but it's just cool to see it. I'm not even focusing on it. I'm just focusing on like getting a tiny bit of hinge and then feeling that bar contact the snatch. Like when I was taught cleans, we were never taught to like hit the bar with our hips or like do any contact with the hips. We were just like literally just jump underneath the bar, right? So it was kind of cool to see that and got it out. It felt, that last rep felt amazing. That was the heaviest and lightest it has ever felt on a hang snatch. It was pretty cool, especially with how rushed we were and we were drinking Celsius as our pre-workout. Wild. So we're gonna go hit some nukes here. I'll record the nukes and I think I'm gonna add in some concerts content to this vlog, this daily vlog, the day in the life of a strength coach, EDM mushroom monster, and we'll kind of piece it all together there. But one of the things I want to talk about again is what I touched on in the one of the snatch warm-ups was the importance of frequency with stuff. One, psychologically, and two, just how I think human bodies learn and respond. I think frequency is the key to a lot of things, right? I think it's the key to learning skills. I think it's the key to being consistent. And I think being consistent helps you learn the skill in and of itself. But I think the body handles frequency, lower volumes, lower intensities. Not that you always have to have low volume or lower intensity, but if you're emphasizing frequency over everything, I think that's what matters the most. That's definitely how I learned the best. What is this car doing, bro? No blinker on, what you doing? That's how I learn best. That's how my body recovers best. As long as I'm keeping volume low, I'm not crushing myself with volume. I keep my frequency high. I can hit way more total volume throughout the week, right? So if I were to master the snatch, right? Like that was my only goal right now, I'd probably be snatching pretty much every single day at varying intensities. And you look at some of these Olympic lifting programs, they're Olympic lifting nearly every single day, right? So it's not sport specificity. You don't have to get like super specific and do nothing else. But I think touching on your sports, touching on the skill set that you want to learn, touching on if you want to become good at making YouTube videos, you should probably do it every single day, right? Don't just spend one day doing it for 12 hours straight. do it every single day, right? And get those reps in, get the reps in of making a video every single day. I think it keeps you way more consistent. I think the big splurge of workload that a lot of athletes do, I think that's a trap, right? You trick yourself into thinking you're working hard because you grinded for 4 hours one day, right? And you see it a lot with entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs talk all the time, like, I was grinding, I was doing it. It's like, yeah, you did that for 2 days, or you did that for 2 weeks, and then you completely burnt out, and for the rest of it, you were worthless, right? And there are times and places where you do need to grind, and you're gonna be in a flow state, and you take advantage of those things. But overall, you need to be playing long-term games, and long-term games are won by small investments every single day. And when you do have a chance to have a big investment, do the big investment. I'm not saying don't send it some days, right? Still send it, but it can't just be like, I just think a lot of entrepreneurs and athletes trick themselves. They send it for 2 days or 2 weeks again, and then they don't do anything after because they burn themselves out, because they sent it too hard. But then they can justify, it's like, well, I had that grinder of a day. I went really, really hard. It's like, yeah, but over the long-term game, I got 1,000 reps in and you got 200 in, right? So I just think there's a lot of power in being consistent and showing up every single day to whatever your craft is, whether it's making YouTube videos, whether it's being a football player, whether it's hitting softballs. I think there's a ton of benefit to the frequency side of things and getting small doses often rather than big doses infrequently, right? And the power of small doses often too is on days when you're feeling good, you're still gonna get that big dose in that day, right? Like when I'm feeling amazing with the snatches or I have a lot of time, I'm gonna hit a long snatch day, or softball, I'm gonna crush softballs every single day, right? But then days when I feel like shit, I'm also still gonna show up and still get those reps in. It's just gonna be at a lower intensity, but I'm still getting way more reps in, way more work in, way more consistency with it, right? So I just think a lot of athletes kind of screw that thought process up. They get stuck in this grind mindset and it burns them out, and they send it a little bit too hard, and then they kind of trick themselves and their colleagues into thinking that they've done way more work than they actually have. Every single day, daily sacrifice, every day. Put your work in, whether it's a ton of work or a small amount of work, whatever your body is giving you that day, whatever your mind is giving you that day, whatever your spirit is giving you that day, deposit that. If it's a lot, it's a lot. If it's a little, it's a little. And then the next day, do the same exact thing. And what you'll find is that consistency, there's gonna be a lot better, there's gonna be a lot more good days than bad days, but even on your bad days, you're still getting a lot done. Even on your short days where you get a 10-minute workout in, you're still getting something done, right? And you're not skipping that, right? Something is always better than nothing, and I think that's a good skill set and mindset to have. So we're gonna go hit some softballs, and I'll cut to there. Let's get it. All right, so this BP session's Friday night, right after the lift, right before the game, and right before the concert here. I guess the game was on Saturday, so not before the game, but the day before the game. You get the gist. Pretty rainy out. We had the whole clean out the whole box, as you can see here. There's a bunch of mud right behind it. But pregame BP, we're literally just trying to hit barrel. We're hitting our spots. We're going push, middle, pull, leaving with high levels of confidence. We don't want to really be drilling anything or working anything new. Just trying to hit our gaps, trying to hit our spots. Our pitching was tough this day on both sides, me especially. My pitching was not the greatest today, and Money was struggling a little bit. So we were putting balls in different spots and swinging at different pitches that were probably not our most ideal pregame BP pitches, but we got the job done and hit a ton of barrels here. This is our middle round, going left center, right center, middle. I'm going to show you something with middle that I think I just discovered. My middle spot that I'm leaving open in BP is not the middle spot that I need to be hitting in a game. I've been using this HitStraks right center middle spot. Obviously into the outfield is great, but that infield spot through the middle of the infield for the HitStraks hole just has not been there for me in a game. I got snapped out twice in this tournament, and then 4 times total on the year. It's kind of driving me insane. The clip is coming up. So we're going to shift our focus there and try to hit more at the screen over the second baseman until differently. So here's the clip here. I've been snapped out 4 times on this very exact swing right there. Driving me totally nuts. I got to change that spot. And then we only got a couple swings in game on camera because I didn't bring my charger because I was coming from the concert on 4 hours of sleep. But the tournament was a solid tournament. We ended up taking 4th, which wasn't ideal. Ideally, we would have won, obviously. But for running on 3 hours of sleep, we got some sweet swings in. And we will be back this weekend.
Let's get to some concert highlights, and then we are done. Let's go.